been invited to show my newest film, Broken Spectre, which is an immersive feature-length film, 74 minutes long, and it's playing across 4 screens with 20.1 surround sound. So this is a very spatial and visceral experience. We're installing it in Carlisle Church, which is a very powerful place to install such a work. It's very different to what you'd see in the cinema. It's a very different experience to what you watch on Netflix. You won't see anything like it actually anywhere else. All of the stuff you're looking at in the film is from the field. It's real recordings of environmental crimes. I want to show you the texture of deforestation, of what that looks like in the field, the fronts of deforestation, and show you the reasons for it. I've done this in such a way that I've instead of creating a didactic documentary with a voiceover, I've made something that will touch you, your heart and your mind and your nervous system viscerally, and hopefully leave you with something that will stay with you. I hope you go along and see the film and learn from it, because there's a lot of information there about this very important subject that nobody's really talking about. We're too overwhelmed by other distractions, and I'm sad to say we really need to spend more time thinking about and discussing the environment. I would say that what's happened in not just Ireland in terms of our agricultural practices, but all across Europe and all across the United States, that's a warning to what's unfolding now, today, in the Amazon rainforest. And if anything, in terms of warnings, I think the alarm bell should be going off right now about what's the repetition of history that's happening in the rainforest, that's happened already multiple times in various parts of the world, and it was the largest tropical rainforest in the world and the last great store of biodiversity. And if we let this one go, we stand to lose so much. And in the very same way as we've lost in the past in our own countries. At the same time, we do farm very intensively in Ireland. And one of the main products that are imported into Belfast Harbour are grain feeds for intensive feedlots and for types of farming that are very aggressive. And as a result, we're seeing huge impacts on the local environment in the north in terms of Lough Neagh, and that pollution that's created. It's very, very tragic. The environment is really suffering, and we can learn from art, and as a intelligent viewer, we can draw our own conclusions. But what's happening in the Amazon basin is actually something that touches us all. It's not something that's just happening over there. If we allow it to continue, it will impact weather systems all around the planet, as we're seeing. And so it will greatly accelerate global heating, which we're already beginning to see. That's a hard story to tell. And that's possibly why we're so stubbornly not listening or not acting, because there's a failure of storytelling, actually. And we have the statistics, we have the reports, we have, the data is in. And yet we're not doing anything. And I think that's because us as storytellers, and I'm talking about myself as a photographer and an artist, but also journalists and writers and poets and people on the news, all these people, activists, volunteers, politicians, and everyone who culturally informs the discussion and the discourse now has a job to step up and tell the story better. I hope Broken Spectre helps you feel your own complicity. And I hope it gives you that uneasy sense of your own role in what's happening to the world. I hope that you go away from this film with a new understanding of your agency as a consumer, as a citizen, and as an individual, as a society, as a person in a society. Because we often forget our power. I want you to go away feeling empowered. And that's not necessarily a happy ending, but I want you to go away feeling like something needs to be done, and that you try and do something in your own way.